What's going on, everybody? This is Donovan with Team Tate Outdoors. And today, well, we're gonna be finishing up our backsplash. Well, maybe not just today, but we're gonna start it today. And by the time you see this video, we are gonna finish our backsplash, but it may take me 3 or 4 days. We're almost to Christmas, and with everybody coming over to the house to cook and eat, I figured it's time to finish the backsplash. I did do the backsplash for Thanksgiving over the stove, got that done, but now I need to finish the other area of the backsplash, and I've been procrastinating. It's been over a month, so I'm going to knock it all out here. We're gonna time lapse through this because it is a timely process. My wife wanted me to do this herringbone, and well, it takes a lot of time, and we are using 3-inch by 12-inch subway tiles in kind of a cloud, it's a cloud tile. So if this is something you want to watch, stick with us. We are going to be doing it, and yeah, here we go.
First thing I do, I lay out all my tiles on the ground with the spacers.
All right, so now I've got to make a few measurements. I need to know my height, my width, and then how far these are from the top and from the sides and from the bottom. All right, also I have to take into account my Schluter system. So this edge is going to line up, it's going to go right here. So this is an 1/8 inch gap. So whatever I measure, I need to be an 1/8 inch less onto that. Here's where I'm going to cut. So it's going to look just like that.
When measuring out your tile and drawing it out, make sure that all your tile is properly spaced using spacers so that there's no accidental offs. And then we go ahead and we cut every single tile on the line that we drew. That way all we got to do is transfer them.
This is what we're using. We got this Mappy or Mappi or whatever, type 1. Picked that up from Lowe's. My brother-in-law, Justin, recommended it. We're going to be using a trawl like this, and this may be a little bit too big for what we actually need, but I bought this one. I was thinking I was going to originally do it the entire wall, but I'm doing it tile by tile, so this may be a little bit too big, but I'll make it work. So let's get started. Here we go. All right, guys, well, we have finished up until this point here. And so I still have to finish all this portion and then that back wall, but it's gotten pretty late on us. So I'm gonna go ahead and head to bed because my back's hurting. It's 3:52 in the morning. Everyone's dead asleep. I just kept working through the night. We'll catch back up with this right now, just probably the next day. So, all right, let's keep going.
Next day, I asked my dad to come over and help me wash and cut tiles and measure so that I could speed this process up a little bit. And
I didn't break it, I kicked it. I didn't break it.
I almost broke a piece. But we got them all measured out, and it's time for me to keep putting them on.
Something I do want to bring your guys' attention to, when you're putting these on, if your cut is good, all of these things should properly fit. And I do 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That way I know every angle is perfect and it's going to fit. I also check to make sure that I'm flat right here. All right, for this, my next tile's got to go this direction. So from here to here, that's where that tile should sit perfectly, with the tiniest gap there on the bottom and there on the top. Now I got to make sure that I space this properly so it lands right there. Mine screw the faceplate to these corners, and you don't want to put tile under that or else it'll break your tile when you try to tighten that screw up. So we want to make sure that we are open back here, and then the faceplate comes just outside of this. So I'm going to go and make sure that my tile comes as close to that gray box as I can, except for the top. I want to put it right through here, maybe right through here, just on the edges. So I'm going to draw that out with my pen and get as close as I can. All right, let's go cut this angle. All right, well, we have a bit of a dilemma because it's super cold outside right now. That's ice. That's ice, and my blade is frozen, so I gotta get some hot water, get that blade unstuck. Maybe that'll help. Let's see. Yep, it's working. Let's see. How are we? There we go. Woo! Woo! It's cold. Woo! Let's get back inside. Guys, I'm frozen. Watch out, Val. It is 18 degrees outside. It's cold, to say the least.
The temperatures outside are definitely going to make finishing this job a lot more difficult.
All right, so we got another complicated cut. It's going to come up to a point, over and down, because we still have to cover some right in here. So doing this cut right here, it looks like I'm probably gonna have to cut up, across at a triangle, and then I'm just gonna have to edge these in so gently, and this is gonna be kind of a jagged edge. We're gonna make it work. It's gonna be hidden behind our faceplate anyway, so I'm gonna go outside in the frigid cold and try to make these cuts, and I'll come back and we'll show you what it looks like. All right, guys, I am running into a very big issue. All right, here's the issue. It's frozen. All of this is frozen. My blade won't turn on. So what I gotta do is I gotta take this whole table and go put it in the garage and start working in the garage where there's some water, where the water, if it gets on the floor, can drain down. So I'm gonna move all this stuff into the garage. We're gonna set up shop in the garage. All right, now I gotta just let this stuff thaw out and then I can start cutting here. I just didn't want to get pieces of ceramic all over the place. All right, so you may have guessed it, but got the cut except one break. And it broke as I was cutting across this edge. It just ever so slightly broke. I'm wondering if I can glue that on and then put it on there and mastic it and put it all together. I wonder how bad it would look. I had to go to the store and I got some of this Flex super glue. So I used it on that tip and glued it back. And now that should hold at least enough so I can get the mastic behind it and kind of glue the whole thing in place. And once that all gets hard and the mortar goes on, I'm not going to have an issue with that. So hopefully that holds. So when you're putting these tiles on and you're trying to make sure that they go even, it's important that you shim the bottom, especially if your cuts are not perfect. You can shim the bottom using these things. And what you do is you just stick the edge in and you lift it up until it pushes whichever direction you need it, and then you put your tabs in so that all your lines line up and are even everywhere so that you don't have any issues. That's the proper way to do it, and then work your way up.
Now that we've got it all in place, we've got to clean up all of our tile. You can see the extra mastic on the corners and the edges and the wax that's on the tiles. I use this little plastic device to scrape off all the wax. I'm going to go behind it with a wet towel and wash out all the mastic and edges to clean up the entire thing to make sure it's nice and smooth.
Okay, well, that is pretty much the cleanup portion. We got all the wax off and all the mastic off, all the edges. Now we're going to start grouting it. Well, we're coming down to the final stretch of it, and you've just got to work really quick, guys. Push the grout in, work it into the cracks. There's no perfect way to do it. Just get it done. Alright, so we've been letting this sit and dry for a little while. It's going to have a film on the tiles. What we got brand new fresh water, and we've got a set of microfiber towels. This is what we're going to use to buff off the remaining kind of chemicals that are on there. We're going to wipe it down with our sponge one more time, and then we're going to buff it away with this and make sure that we don't have any sand and grout on our tile. We finished this side of the backsplash. We still have this side, but we're going to do it later. I'm probably not even going to finish that on video. We're going to just end the video with this part of the backsplash done. All I got left to do is replace the outlet covers. Alright guys, hey, thanks for watching today. This backsplash has been a thorn in my side ever since we started, but we're finally getting it finished so we can start just having a regular kitchen. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to go down there, hit the like button if you liked this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We will see you on the next video. We out.